Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P and I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically me showing you how to make creole seasoning. Okay, let me move my camera a little bit back so you can and lower it. Okay, so basically I'm going to be making creole seasoning. Like I said, I've got quite a few seasoning that I'm going to be making. The ingredients for this creole seasoning is already creole spice, sorry, is already on the YouTube channel, so you can check the ingredients out. But from looking at it here, the only thing that is missing is dry onions, which I am currently drying. It's over there. Okay, as you can see, those trays there are basically spice and tea ingredients that are and seasoning ingredients that are being dried, okay, in preparation to be put together. So I'll, because there's quite a few of them that is missing the dry onions, I'm going to dry the batch and then blend the onions separately and add it to each spice once it's done. Okay, so looking at it, this is how it looks like. Okay, it's got a lot of herbs. Basically, this is dry thyme. I'm going to be using my blender, by the way, so you can use either your food processor or your blender, or if you have a milling machine, you can use your milling machine, or even your mortar and pestle. Okay, and then I can see parsley. Okay, dry parsley, which is from our indoor garden. Both the dry thyme and the dry parsley are from our indoor garden, which our indoor herb garden, which looks like that over there. The light, well, I'm not using my camera light at the moment. I'm just my soft lights at the moment. I'm just using normal light and sunlight outside. Okay, so so yeah, I'm gonna put that also into the blender, and then what is left is the oregano, which looks like that. This is the oregano, and then you've got paprika, it's got black peppercorns, it's got garlic in there. Yeah, but to make sure you've got the correct ingredients, check the creole spice ingredients for making creole spice on the channel, and you will see exactly what you need to put it together. Okay, now I'm going to be using this same Tupperware to store it in because I currently don't have our glass jars that we normally use as A.H.P. So I'm going to be using that until we've got our spice jars. Okay. I need my lid. Need to make sure that everything is dry, so that your spice doesn't spoil. And this spice, you can keep it, 6 months to a year. But because I make a little bit at a time, it will just last me for the winter period, which is basically just a couple of months. Okay, so okay. So this blender is a 2. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm cooking lunch and making this video at the same time. So this blender is called Cookworks. Let me turn it on the wall, and it's got 2 pulse speed. So I normally start with the first pulse speed just to break up the hardest, the hardest ingredient in the blender, and then I'll move it to speed to pulse 2. Okay, so the first pulse has done most of the work. Okay, I start with that pulse speed because I don't want my blender to overwork, and because when it overworks it gets overheated, and that's what spoils your blender most of the time. So that's why I start off with the first speed and then move it to the second speed to now blend it. I'm not looking for a smooth spice, but if you're looking for a smooth spice, you have to blend it and then sieve it, okay? And sieve it with this sieve. But because I'm going to be using this spice mostly for like stews and for seasoning meats and fish and stuff like that, I don't need it too smooth. I don't mind it a little bit coarse. Okay, so now put it on speed 2. It would be nice if I turned it on from the wall. You can smell the spice even before I open it. Before I open the blender. You can see this consistency is very smooth on this one. I can smell the thyme. The paprika is definitely doing. I think that's the cayenne in there. Definitely doing its thing to my throat. So my hands are clean, by the way. So I'm just gonna now empty out as much of the spice from the okay, so it's pretty smooth. The only thing that is left in there is basically the thyme stems, but they're very tiny. So Now be sure to use a fork, whether it's a plastic fork or your metal fork, to take your spice out of your blender, because you don't want to cut your hands, okay? Because of the blade, you don't want to cut your hand. So I normally use a fork. Okay. So you can see the redness of the cayenne. Okay, and then you mix it to get it even. So that's it. Like I said, I'll add the onions at a later date once that is dry and I've blended it the same way as I've blended the spice. Now all I need to do is just clean my blender, and this is what I do to get rid of the residues at the bottom of my blender. I just put a little bit of water like so, and what, you're saving me from the fire? Yeah. Yeah. So that's it, guys. It's cleaned it out, so I'll just rinse it. So that's it, guys. I shall see you all in the next video. Bye. Just a okay?